What is up, guys? I am Driessenable, and welcome to a special 2 for Tuesday where we're actually going to go into the Archives of Bendy and the Ink Machine. That was my last series that I recently did, upon recording this at least. I don't want to go back to Chapter 1. Is there not Chapter Select? Is that not a thing? Oh, right, I have to actually... Losing it. Losing it quick. But... at this point right now of recording this, my most recent series that I just finished was Bendy and the Ink Machine, and upon finishing that game, it unlocked the archives, and I did a quick search just to see what the archives were, because I didn't know how long this video was going to be, and it shows off the 3D art models of the Bendy characters, as well as apparently their first drafts and things like that, so this is kind of cool. I just thought this would be a nice little second video for Tuesday. So welcome to the Archives. Bendy and the Ink Machine began with the developer/cartoonist known as Themetly experimented with bringing a sketched 2D style into a 3D world. After turning the idea into a horror game, Chapter 1 of the game was created in a little under a week with programmer/friend Mike Mood and released on February 10th in 2017. Much to their surprise, it struck a chord with global indie gamers almost overnight. Themetly and Mike Mood decided to drop all other projects to work on Bendy and tell a most unique Ink story. The entire game was completed a chapter at a time in a year and a half by a small but dedicated group of indie developers. Although the concept and story remained as originally intended, the game changed over development as characters and models were refined from their early thrown-together versions. This archive is a peek behind the scenes at that process. Oh, this is really cool. Hey, she's quite a gal! And that's cool. Bendy and the Ink Machine is on the ceiling. This is actually kind of neat. So, Concept Bendy. Well, that's different looking. I like how Bendy turned out. This is the first version of Bendy ever modeled. In the earliest concepts, Bendy was much smaller and cuter, with a face that split open to reveal a terrifying mouth. That's something, alright. Alpha Bendy. Alpha Bendy, this is the original game used design of Ink Bendy from the earlier version of Chapter 1. It is jokingly referred to as bird poop with a smile among the developing team. I could see why. Yep, I could understand why. Beta Bendy. This was Ink Bendy's form until the release of Chapter 4. At that time, the game received a major visual update, and the title character got a new model as well. That one's pretty cool looking too, though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Ink Bendy as we know him today, although similar to Beta Bendy, this upgraded version was remodeled, enhanced with a higher polygon count, and given new ink effects. Yep, I'd say so. Oh, the hand. And then that's Beast Bendy. So, Beast Bendy is the essentially final boss in Chapter 5. Ink Bendy's horrific final form in Chapter 5 pulled away the cartoon facade and revealed the demon within. I'd say. So these were searchers, supposedly. This was the beta searcher is right here. Early in development, with just a few weeks to create Chapter 2, the beta searchers were designed in record time before being fully retooled later on. They were the first fighting enemies encountered in the game, I remember that. Final Searchers were far more robust in appearance. They were smoother with better ink effects and a more human appearance. This is actually really interesting. Beta Sammy. Okay. With his first appearance in Chapter 2, fan favorite Sammy Lawrence became a terrifyingly entertaining character. When his slim build was deemed not threatening enough, he was redesigned and given a better skeletal rig for more advanced animations. And there he is in final form. Sammy Lawrence's final form came complete with a bulked-up stature and more powerful limbs. The mad songwriter may finally get noticed now, at least by fans. Yeah, I really liked that character. Okay, I don't know what those things are called. They only have certain descriptions of some of the characters around here. Here's the Butcher Gang. The Piper, Striker, and Fisher made up the dreaded Butcher Gang. Interestingly, the ink-corrupted versions of the characters were designed first and then were reverse-engineered back into their more family-friendly cartoon forms. That actually is fairly interesting. So I'm going to get to the right wall in a minute. But Henry Stein, so that's me. Once an equal business partner of Joey Drew, Henry Stein was a talented animator and character designer until leaving the company around 1930. His place in Joey Drew Studios' history is somewhat undocumented, but he is often rumored to be the true creator behind many of the studio's most memorable characters. I don't want to keep out. That's not fair. So this is the original ink machine. Before a major visual upgrade, this version of the ink machine was the one used in the game. Much of this machine's iconic fan-loved design was translated into the final version. This is actually really interesting. So I played through the game myself without watching like any footage of it, but while I was doing that, my girlfriend actually wanted to see the game. So we loaded up actually a Jacksepticeye's first video of this to check it out, and I actually remember seeing this in the game and thinking, this doesn't look like the ink machine that I encountered. So it's cool to see it here. Okay, so this is Brute Boris. Alice Angel's monstrosity, Brute Boris, was one of the biggest surprises of Chapter 4. Absolutely. His design was roughly based on the Frankenstein monster, but with a more unfinished appearance. Alice took parts from within him and substituted things that his body is rapidly rejecting. Boris the Wolf. A Friend to the End was designed using various references from cartoons of the 1920s, a blend of West Coast and East Coast animation styles. This silent and supportive wolf won over the hearts of many, although at times he was a headache for the development team due to his AI taking on a mind of its own during production. That's funny. Whoa! Beta Boris. Papa was the original name of the character that eventually became Boris the Wolf. This early version was released with Chapter 1. He was quickly refined into the Boris we know today in the release of Chapter 2. That's actually pretty cool. Hey, there's Tom, aka Boris. Alice. And Alice Angel. Okay. Well, this is actually... I like histories of games, and I like exploring little things about games such as this, such as what character models look like. And this gave me a good amount of information about the game itself and kind of an idea of where these designs originally came from, which is really cool to see. But that'll be about it for this video. So if you guys liked seeing these different art styles as well, let me know in the comment section below and give the video a like. If you haven't so far, hit that subscribe button. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. Also hit that notification bell so you can be reminded every time a new video becomes available, which is daily. And also, if you haven't so far, let me know what kind of game series you want to see in the comment section below. I'm always welcome and open to playing whatever games you guys want to see. Mostly specifically horror, but it doesn't have to be just focused on horror. I do plan to eventually branch out from the horror genre, but I'm still in it right now. So, once again, thank you so much you guys for watching, and until next time, remember, stay Driessenable!